Hello there. How are you doing? So,
Hello.
how are you doing, Ref?
Not too bad. How's things the other side of the pond?
Very well, thank you. A bit hot, but for our viewing audience, I should say what this is all about because it could get a little confusing. So, we are called the Drayman's Knowledge. What the idea is behind this vlog is to do a little beer review. We're going to be sampling different beers every week. We're going to be talking about it, describing it, giving our opinions on it. So I'm Mickens Lloyd. I do my own vlog, separate. But I am based in Texas, and I am a Welshman. So this is a transatlantic beer review, and my friend here, I'm going to introduce you to him and let him talk a little bit about himself.
Hello there, everybody. I'm based the other side of the pond, as they like to say in America, in Devon. My name's Martin, the Ref. Whatever else may come along, with many nicknames for each other. Myself and Marco Mickens over there, been friends for a long while. We had a sabbatical of about 10 years, and we've crossed that great divide and decided to do something together the further we are apart. So we're going to give this a go. It's a bit of a laugh. It's a bit of a review. It's just chaps chewing the cud and enjoying a beer together.
It's like being down the pub.
It's like we're down the pub, except for it don't cost as much and we haven't got to wear a mask.
The beauty of distance, the beauty of Zoom and all that video technology. So I guess how we're going to start this today, this is kind of a pilot episode, if you will. So we're going to try one beer each today and give our opinions, maybe a little chat about it and go from there. And we'll see where the road takes us, as they say.
I'll be reviewing a British beer, a Welsh beer to be precise, later on in the show. A Butty Back from the Wye Valley Brewery. What have you got over there, my friend?
I would have said Betty Bach, but that's me. So I have a beer called Boombox Double IPA. So it's going to be pretty strong. And it's from a brewery, a Texas brewery local to here called Real Ale Brewing. So that's going to be my choice of the week.
Well, my one was actually sent to me by your good self as a surprise today. Although I had a load of beer in the fridge ready to choose from, I decided to go with the one that you sent, which I thought was quite nice, to be honest, because the Wye Valley, where it's from, this little beauty here, is right between England and Wales, and us being a Welsh and English man, it was quite a nice little thing. And the beer actually means little friend, so I don't know which one of us that is. I'm looking forward to it. I've had a look at the brewery. It looks nice. I'm itching to get going, and but I'll let you go first if you want. Crack was open. Give us an introduction, and we'll see what concurs from your little taster there, and then I'll open mine.
Sounds wonderful. I thought you never asked. I'm gasping for a drink here. It's been a long day. So I like to do a little see the sound. Can't beat that, can you?
Oh.
So here's my pour. Just talking about glasses a little bit here. You can probably see it's an official Crown Pint 562. Google it, it's very interesting. We can't get pint glasses easily, British standard pint glasses, so my wife actually ships them in from Amazon. I think it's Amazon. But yeah, so I've got a proper British pint glass to get us going.
Proper job, sir.
So here's my pour. I've been known to have a bad pour.
You're going for the whole thing.
Well, why not?
Oh, oh.
What do you think?
Well, it was going so well. At least you didn't get any spillage.
I know a few people who might be watching this who will have a few comments on that. So, yeah.
Well, fuck them.
Are you listening?
You'll be enjoying it.
That's the main thing.
I'll let you tuck in.
All right. Okay. I'm going to go for smell first. That's kind of a thing for me. You know, you're picking up those scents as soon as you open that can. It kind of drifts away a little bit, but very fruity. Yeah, kind of a fruity tinge to it. Nice. I like that. Is the taste as nice as the smell? Let's find out. Oh my goodness, that's strong. Bloody hell.
Oh, let it out, mate. What percentage is that again?
Yeah, sorry, I should have said that. It's an 8.1%. So
no wonder your hair's falling out. Oh,
bloody hell! Yeah, that gives me goosebumps. Goosebumps.
2020. Look at him.
And folks, it's only Tuesday.
What time? It's only 4 o'clock, isn't it?
So yeah, Texas time. It's 4:30 precisely.
It's 10:30 at night here. So I've had a beer earlier. I had one of the captains just to warm me whistle. But yeah, what you want to tell us any more about what you know about the beer, or
yeah, let me
brewery or anything like that?
Yeah, I will. So the taste, actually, one thing, just kind of talking about the taste. I'll get into the brewery in a minute because I've got a lot to talk about on that side. Well, not too much. I don't want to bore you, but it's pretty refreshing. A lot of double IPAs I always find just to be too strong. You know, you can really taste that alcohol coming through, and it's a bit off-putting.
Do you get the little buzz here?
Yeah.
And then you get that little buzz here on a real strong.
I think that's just probably you, but yeah, I'll go with that. I get a little buzz here.
I get a little buzz right down here.
A little bit.
I just thought, right, I can't sit here and let you do a whole review without having something in my bloody stomach as well. So
get into it.
I've got proper can opener one to open it. Lovely top on the beer.
Oh, save that for me.
It's a real nice design, this bottle. I'm going to pour some now. And forgot to show you this. We're talking about pint glasses. This came with the presentation pack today. Absolutely lovely glass from the Wye Valley Brewery. And I'm going to pour now. Let's sit back and enjoy.
Enjoy the show, folks.
Oh, it's that glug.
Bloody hell, somebody knows how to pour, don't they?
I'm not spilling it, mate. I'm looking forward to this. I haven't poured the whole thing. I'm going to let it sit a minute.
You can have a sip before I go on.
I'm going to have a sniff. I'm going to go for your little tactic. Not that I've known to sniff beers before, but I've got the hoot for it.
You got to learn.
And to be honest, there's not much of an aroma. Not a very strong aroma. So let's give it a taste. Oh, it is smooth. It says it's smooth on the outside. It's really smooth. 4.5%. Drink it all night at the moment. I mean, I've only had a glug. I'll have another glug. Hang on.
That's mine's double the strength of yours.
Double the strength indeed.
4%, you said, right?
4.5%. It's okay. Nice. It's different. Have you actually had this one yourself?
So yeah, I have had the Batty Bach. I picked up a few bottles when I was in the UK last, and I brought a few back with me. I really enjoyed it, but I was disappointed at some of the opinions that other people gave it, but I'm not going to go into that. But yeah, I picked up a few bottles of that and brought it home, and I rated it highly. It's just a nice, easy drink.
Yeah, it is easy. It's nice, but I mean, I don't look at other review sites. I don't bother. There's no, I try a beer. If I like it, I like it, and if I like it and someone else doesn't, that's their problem.
Exactly. I like
Beer, beer, and
beer,
not every,
sure.
if all beer was crap, then people wouldn't buy it. Someone buys it. I know there's cheap beer. People buy cheap beer because they haven't got much money, but I'm not ever put off by a beer because someone else has tasted it. I like to taste it myself. And if I agree with them, I do. And if I like it, then I'm not out to impress them. I'm enjoying it in my stomach.
Absolutely.
I'll let you carry on about the what was it called again? That one, funny name.
Boombox Double IPA. I just want to show the artwork. Actually, it's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
They got some ghetto blasters.
But what is that?
So that is a hop.
Oh, it's the hop. Of course it is.
Yeah, being an IPA.
The pineapple is the glare on it. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I do like these snazzy ones.
Yeah, it's kind of and I had a conversation about this over the weekend, how it's very important to have good artwork on your cans or on your bottles. Not just to show, but it kind of draws you in when you go into an off license or a brewery.
A traditional. I mean, I enjoy the new artwork that's on some of these craft cans and ciders and all these thousands of beers that have hit the market in the last 10 years or so. But I do like a traditional looking one. And yes, the artwork on the front of these labels is important. And some of them are timeless. Some of them you wish they never change, because they're such a good looking beer. And but then you're right, some of them have a completely boring one and it doesn't draw your eye, and often they could be a beautiful beer and they never get tasted.
But some of the best beers I've had don't have great artwork. There's a wonderful beer out in California from Russian River Brewing, and I rate that as one of the best beers ever. The artwork isn't anything special, but it's kind of like when you go into somewhere and you're looking for something a little bit new, you kind of get drawn to something that jumps out at you. It's the same way with books, I think, sometimes.
Well, you say that, but I don't ever remember seeing a Bible with a good jazzy front cover, and that sells shitloads.
I know. Man, what are they doing with that? That's good marketing right there.
It is. You call it it's not just a good book, it's the good book. If you're going on reviews, if you're a man that looks at reviews, you're going to buy that book, whether you're religious or not.
And you've got to ask yourself.
I told you about the Cockney version, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, the Cockney Bible.
The Cockney Bible is a thing. I haven't found it to buy yet, but it is a thing. I saw it on a show we were watching the other day, and everyone thought it was a hoax, but he pulled it out. It's a proper thing, maybe from 10, 15 years ago. I'm going to try and find a copy of it.
Try and get on Amazon. That's crazy. I never heard of that before.
I wonder if there is, we talk about Cockneys and things like that. I wonder if there was like a southern drawl,
Well, there's definitely a Welsh one, because I have a Welsh Bible here. It was our family Bible, and it's just all written in Welsh.
Oh, so you don't know what it says?
No. Folks, I can't speak Welsh. To my great embarrassment through life. I'm not fluent in my own language.
You can't speak English either.
Yeah, that's been commented on. Even here in the States, you know, I've had somebody come up to me once asking for directions. This was downtown San Antonio. And she said to me, "Excuse me," I can't do the accent. "Excuse me, can you point me to the tourist information center, please?" And I said, "Oh, yes, ma'am. You just need to go across the road here, turn left, and it's just left, just down this alleyway." And she looked at me funny and she said, "No, excuse me, can you point me to the tourist information center, please?" And I was like, I took a moment. I said, "Yes, ma'am, a little bit slower. You just turn left, carry on down this alleyway and to the left, and you'll see it on the left." I'm confusing myself now, but and
Exactly. It was from where you were. Go to the left, and again, you're back where you were. Maybe she was trying to help you. You never thought that. You thought you were lost.
maybe, but yeah. And so she just said, "I'm sorry, I'm going to ask somebody that can speak English," and just proceeded to walk away.
That reminds me of that time when you and me were streaming down in Barnstable when you used to live here. And that kindly old gentleman pulling his dog along the Tarka Trail stopped to have a word to us hard-working young lads in our 20s. And you spoke to him as you always are with everyone, super polite and very approachable. And I stood back a bit and smiled and joined in. And as soon as I joined in, he asked what part of Australia I was from. And I said to him, "Oh, no, I'm not Australian. I'm originally from Essex. My family are from London." And he said, "No, you're from Australia." And I said, No. I know where I was born. I know where, I know where I'm come from. Well, I wasn't born in Essex. I was born close to it, but I lived all my life there. And he looked at you. He looked past me then, and he looked at you, and he said, "What's his game? What's his game?" Can't do the accent. "What's his game? Telling me he's from Essex. I know people from Essex. He's not from Essex." And I think I left you with him, didn't I?
Yeah, I was trying to be as polite as always and trying to explain the situation to him and just smiling. And you had had enough by this point. You haven't got my temperament sometimes for
Well,
what would you call it?
I was polite. I explained it to him. I gave him a chance. He told me I wasn't from where I was from. End of conversation. I don't need to be polite to him then.
Well, what were you going to get into an argument with him saying, "I am from Essex"? No, you are not. You know, you got to draw the line somewhere.
I did draw the line, and yeah, I tinkered with my strimmer and let him carry on.
Yeah, I can't even remember what we discussed after that, but I think he made his way.
I'm not sure if he ever made it home. Who knows?
No, we don't want to. We don't want to do that.
Time to move again, Nickins.
On the road again. All right.
Right, down to it. Let's have a bit about this brewery.
Yeah,
and then Mine.
We're going on a tangent here. Sorry, guys. Right, ref. Here we go.
Sorry. What are you sorry about?
I'm always sorry about everything. That's
you're saying sorry to an audience that doesn't exist because we're talking how we wanted to be speaking, and nothing to be sorry about. If they don't like it, they can fuck off.
You heard it here first. You know, truer words were never spoken.
I'm not sorry.
Don't.
You can't be sorry about being yourself.
No, no. I know it's an issue. I'm always apologetic, and that's something that people have commented about over here, and not just me, but on other Brits. They always say, "Oh, Brits, they're always apologizing for everything." You know, why?
From our point of view, we always say, "Oh, brash Americans are overconfident," but that's just a generalisation of everyone. Yeah, I won't say that when I come over to visit.
No, that's true.
Trouble is, all you fuckers have got guns out there. I better not say what I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you I've been to Philadelphia and I've been to that side of the country, and I've been to Washington DC and all around there. But the South, hell, that's different country. Hell,
It's a different land down
Oh.
here. Open case carry, Texas. You know, they're not shy.
I'm looking forward to doing everything Southern: rodeo, shooting,
Alabama.
bit of a hoedown. I'd like to go to a hoedown. All of that. I'd like to do the whole lot. So we will one day build your house. I've seen a lovely thing for your bar if you ever build it. Trouble is, it's about £2,000. So and it'd cost about £500-600 to ship it, but you never know.
2,500. Chalk it up.
If I broke it up into pieces and sent it in envelopes each week, it might be cheaper.
I'm intrigued now. I think you're gonna have to send me a picture.
And I can't. I saw it the other day in a shop. I saw one years ago, and then I was going to buy it for you then. And then I saw it was about £2,000 back then, so I thought, fuck no. But anyway, look, you keep drawing me on this tangent. Let's have a little history about the beer, your end.
Yes, I'm not going to say sorry, folks. That's just the way we are. But so this brewery, it's called Real Ale Brewing, and it's in a little town called Blanco, which is in the hill country of Texas. I haven't got a map, but it's kind of northwest of San Antonio, just a big kind of region, a lot of German little settlements, German towns up there. But Blanco, so Real Ale Brewing is a very good quality brewery. I've been there myself, and it's very nice outfit, big, spacious, and they have some fantastic brews. Devil's Backbone, just to name one. Fireman Number 4, just to name another, and obviously this one that I'm drinking today. They were founded in 1996, and that's actually all the history I know of the brewery. But
is there? I suppose they've got. I mean, the beer I'm reviewing. You type in the brewery, you're going to find a website, aren't you?
Yeah, and I think we'll probably add some links to our video channel as well, so you guys can just kind of tap on the brewery link. We're reviewing a beer, why not promote the brewery? So you can just kind of look it up. But one thing I just want to say about this brewery before we get off subject, as usual, it's in Blanco, and my good lady, my good wife, she is actually from Blanco. That's where she grew up, and that's where she was raised. So it's kind of her hometown. And get in there, see? And it's one of their most famous beers, and I'll review it down the line at some point, is a beer called Devil's Backbone.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool name. But the thing is, my wife her parents had a ranch on the Devil's Backbone. So they actually pretty much owned the Devil's Backbone.
So you should free beer then.
I should technically. I need to tell them that next time I go in, I suppose.
Go in there, boss it, sit where you want. Be a brash American for the day and see where it gets you.
You can sit where you want anyway. You don't stop that.
No, I mean, if there was a table you particularly enjoyed and there was someone on it, you can boss it.
Yeah.
Trouble is, they might fucking shoot you. It's not like Britain, is it? No, maybe that. But just go in there and say, any chance of a free sip, you never know.
That's a good idea. I should try that next time. They're so friendly, and I'll obviously introduce my good lady and explain the history and maybe get a few beers. It's good promotion for them, right?
I never say no to free beer if people want us to drink it, try it, test it.
Send us it if you want.
Send it our way. But the thing is, of the beer that I'm drinking, the little friend, the Butty Bach, as you say, or Butty Back, as I would say. Guess what this beer did? 3 times Great Welsh Beer Festival winner. Best in show 3 times.
Makes me proud.
The popular beer. And it's from the Wye Valley Brewery, as I've said. They are very environmentally considerate. They've changed a lot of their factory from when they first started in 1985. They run on really environmental friendly schemes, and they use 80% of the hops that they brew with are within 10 miles from local farmers, keeping it as local as possible, as environmentally friendly as possible. Their environmental stamp footprint as low as possible on the environment. They still have casks from 1985 that they still use. Over 90% they still manage to recycle, use again. It really, really, I was impressed when I went on their website and done a bit of research. They've got proper big brewery there. It was originally 9-acre cider farm, and their production became so big they bought the farm, which sits, it was a 9-acre cider mill, in Stoke Lacey, where the Wye Valley's home is now. Started in 1985. Peter Amor was a former Guinness brewer himself, worked for the Guinness factory.
Your favourite beer?
Decided to set up on his own, try something different. His son Vernon studied with Young's Brewery in London, and then as their Wye Valley became more popular, he's gone back and he's helped his dad, and they're branching out all over, turning out a lot of good beer. They've got a few different beers. They have obviously guest ones that they do every now and then, but a few of the beers they do is 1985, which was the year that they started, which is a lager. Came out. I'd like to try that in the future, as I would with the Wholesome Stout, which is the actual name of it. I always enjoy a good stout, and I think we should do a stout special one time. And they've got other beers like the Hopfather and the HPA. They're on Twitter. They've got their own website. I'm looking forward to going and visit, maybe when you come back next year, if COVID's all gone and all that type of thing. And we're going to do this holiday when you're in South Wales and we come up. Maybe we could drive up there to Hereford and have a look. But as we said earlier, I think we're going to get a map in the future, pinpoint where these places are, so people get some idea. And then if they enjoy it and fancy going to have a look, then they get some idea of where it is in the country and they can do their own research on it. But
yeah, I think like the old ref over there said, we're going to try and you're going to see a map of the UK and you're going to see a map of the USA, so we can just kind of have different breweries from different,
maybe a globe as well if we ever do any international ones. I mean, or a big map of the world maybe, and we just see whatever comes our way. We're willing to give it a try, aren't we? As long as it's beer related. I'm not into spirits or wines. It's, beer, stouts, IPAs, lagers, bitters, the whole shebang. Yeah. I know you want a cider one. Maybe we will.
Yeah, cider, sour kind of deal. We're going to do that as well. So any of those kind of things. And there's so many different varieties of beer out there now. It has become like wine. There's just so many different styles, so many different tastes. I mean, there's even in pickle beer. I've even seen a mustard beer.
I've seen that mustard beer, yeah. But some of them, I think, there's good breweries out there. There's traditional breweries. There's breweries that are a few years old now, a few decades old, like the one I'm drinking. And then there's a lot of micro breweries and things like that. And we are flooded with choice. It's not as if we're going to struggle to find a beer each week or a couple of beers each week. But I think there is a lot of shit out there as well. I think
This-
there is. If you're charging £8 a can, it better be fucking good. because, because Guinness is an £8 a can, and that's good.
It is over here, mate. You try
Is it?
buying. Oh man, if you want a pint of Guinness down the pub, you're talking about $13-14. It's ridiculous, but that's poured. It's poured, but it's not cheap. Obviously, import prices come into play.
So what's that then? So say it was $13. What's that ballpark figure? English pounds.
I'm getting out my money converter here.
Oh, old copper pot. He's got his coins out.
Good old copper pot, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
Let me look here. Currency.
You watch out for that. He's somewhere near. Always watching. That's
Oh.
something.
Watch out for Frankie. So US dollars is 13, and that would equate to euros. Actually, not. We don't want euros. We want British pounds. Sorry, Europe, but the UK has left. We ain't coming back.
And we never had euros anyway.
No, I know. What happened with that? They were talking about that for years. You're all going to be using euros eventually. Never happened.
It takes away the identity of a country, I think. You used to go to France, you used to go to Spain, have the franc, and you'd have the whatever the other.
Potatoes.
Oh yeah, potatoes. In Ireland, you have the punt and all that type of thing, and it's all gone. It's all euro. And I'm not against Europe and whatever, but changing everyone's currency took a bit of the identity away. I know as kids when we used to go abroad, if someone went abroad, you'd be thrilled to have a few coins from that country, and now
you would. And do you remember they had drachmas in Italy? And that always fascinated me. It almost sounded like vampire-ish. Drachmas,
Drachma, is that Italian?
No, sorry. Did I say Italian? Greek.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was lira in
Lira, yeah.
Oh, maybe it's easier they call it euro then.
Yeah, instead of potatoes. Potatoes. £10, 5 pence to $13.
£10 for one English pint version.
Yeah, I won't name the pub, but yeah, it's pretty pricey, right? That's import, you see. Crazy. But there we go.
There we are.
But I'm kind of getting towards the dreg here.
Oh God. What are we going to do about that, the dregs?
I mean, you've got to sip up. Less, as my old uncle used to say, less talky, more sippy. But
as he said, to your shoulder.
Oh man! But we have don't know. We have a little segment we were going to introduce, and it was going to be called Dregs of the Week. We'll probably change the way it sounds, but it's basically just a little complaint, just a little bit of a myth that we have every week. You're getting down to your dregs, the worst part of the pint. You're getting a little bit, okay.
Well, maybe then I've got a little bit of a dreg of the week with how you've described it, because that was one thing that occurred to me, that people always say, oh, the dregs, I've got the dregs left. Well, don't buy a pint's worth then. I mean, I know where it goes back to, which is when they used to brew and they used to get sediment and all types of things at the bottom, and that was the roughest part and maybe a bit gritty or a bit funny tasting. But with today's beers, you rarely get that anymore. And when people say, oh, I'll leave that, it's just the dregs. Well, they haven't had a whole drink, have they?
It's a good point, because my uncle used to say, why are you leaving that at the end? It's still a bit of a, David, cheers to you. But he always used to say, "Why didn't you finish that off?" You know.
Exactly. What's the point? You know, you might as well buy a half.
That's right, and be a bit of a shandy faggot. But
But where would you stop? I mean, if you had a half, would you leave dregs in a half?
no, you wouldn't, would you?
I mean, I know people do it with tea. I know members of my family would drink tea down and then maybe like half a centimetre of tea at the bottom and say, oh, it's all finished. So it's got tea in it. What are you talking
Do you know what? I'm a culprit for that, though, mate. It's I normally leave a dreg of tea at the bottom, but my son actually normally comes up and drinks the end of my teacup because he loves tea so much. So
Yeah, I get that he's drunk it, but if he wasn't there, why would you leave it?
because it's
Do
mostly
they say that pennies make pounds? It's the same as that. Dregs make a pint.
but
You know, you haven't bought 90% that's good, and then you've bought, oh, I'll have that last 10%, it's going to taste rubbish. It's not like the old days. It's not like where you get bits and bobs in the bottom of them, unless
yeah.
it's some sort of homebrew type thing. But
Well, you still do, don't you? If you get a pint of Carling. But I shouldn't say that. I like a pint of Carling. But no, I mean, that's not my point on dregs. My
you'll
point
have your
is,
mates on there now. You'll have your mates on there.
yeah,
All your hipster buddies ribbing you about promoting Carling on your first show, and you going on about the shandy fags. We used to drink Carling when we was at university because it was cheap and it got you pissed. But if you
yeah.
went into an license now, would you buy Carling over another beer? I enjoy a lager, don't get me wrong, and I will drink a pint of Carling. But if I was to go to a pub now, I want to get a pint that is going to serve me well. I'm going to enjoy it. I think with Carling, it's about volume, isn't it? Maybe a summer.
Yeah, it is, but it's for me. I mean, from my point of view, if I was there, it's kind of a sentimentality to it as well. So we can't get Carling here. So when I get back to the UK, my first pint is a Carling, and I rate it very highly because I've missed it so much. But it brings back those memories. So I'm kind of comparing it to that. So it's like, and I'll drink a lot of Carling because people who I'll be with, like my brother, old Bumble, he like a pint of Carling with me, and other folks. So I might be out with my mother, who'll have half a Carling. So I'm kind of joining them. I don't have to. I could go for something, you know, a little bit more interesting, and I still do. Don't get me wrong, but I mean,
I suppose, yeah, maybe I've been a bit harsh. I wasn't having a go at Carling. I just thought, you know, maybe, yeah, I don't know.
well, no,
There's a time and place for each beer, I think. I know that if I was to go drinking with you, I wouldn't drink Carling all night now. Maybe it's a maturity thing, I don't know. Maybe we phone up, I have no idea.
yeah, but it's like, you know, here I wouldn't. If it was on every tap, I wouldn't. And we just kind of go out and try different beers and sample different beers, and it'll be a half pour because we don't necessarily drink as much as we used to. We're not in it for just drinking and getting as much down our neck as we can. You know, it's more about the taste. So we maybe just have 2 or 3 beers and have just half pours. Or if you like a beer a lot, like a nice sour, a nice cider, you might have a full pint of that. You know, refreshing.
So go on, and we've gone off piste as usual. So
Yeah.
with this dregs of the week, it's something that's irked us, something that's got under our skin, something that's slightly annoyed us, jarred us from our routine, whatever. But it's not, it could be beer related, but it can be anything. So go on, what's your dreg of the week?
Well, my dreg of the week.
What we got to do is, let's get this right. We're going to put it out there. We might discuss it. And then when you've finished your pint, you've moved on.
Done and
Just
dusted.
out there, done and dusted. Yes, quite right. Go on, I'll let you go, and then I'll give you mine.
Okay. What, you still going to do another drag of the week, even though you were dragging about dregs of the week?
No, I was dragging about your description of dregs.
But doesn't that categorize itself as...
It was an instant irk with me. But, no, I've got another one.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. So my drag of the week actually kind of goes on to what I was talking a little bit about now. But my drag of the week is snobbery in beers and in craft beers field. It just really irks me at how some people will look down and criticize you if you decide, oh, okay, I'm going to have a pint of Miller today, or a pint of Miller Lite. And then some people will be like, why are you paying money for that? You know, why don't you save your money? There's better beers out there. Kind of.
That's a bit like me going on about that Carlin then, but
Exactly. And
yeah, I suppose, yeah.
but then, like, you know, I'll try any beer, you know, and that's my mentality. It doesn't matter. I may rate it like shit, but I'm going to try it. I am going to have a Lone Star, which is kind of more like a Carlin over here, and I'm going to try it, or a variation on a Lone Star. But I'm up for trying anything, and that just...
What? So this is people you're actually out with at the time.
Sometimes, and reading about beers as well, and the snob people reviewing beers just in general on websites and apps and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily people I'm always with, but it does happen. And you know, it's not being, you know, nasty to them friends and stuff like that, but I just don't like this snobbery, and there is a lot of snobbery in the craft beer world, I'm afraid.
So what you're saying is, if you was out with a bunch of friends, and one of your friends wanted a certain beer, and you thought, oh, well, there's better ones here, you yourself wouldn't put them down for it, like I did here about Carlin. Not that I don't like Carlin, I was just saying, when you said you missed it, it wouldn't have been one of the things I would have had on the top of my list that I would have missed in the beer world. But then I suppose I can get Carlin when I want, so maybe it's a bit different. So you're saying when people are out there, you wouldn't say it to them, so what gives them the right to say it to you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe you feel like that, but just keep your opinion to yourself, you know? Don't be rude about it.
So do they do it to embarrass you, or to sort of, do you think they do it so they look like they're some sort of expert or something?
I don't think it's trying to embarrass anybody. I can't see if people who I'm out with wouldn't be that way to me, you know? You know, friends and stuff like that, they're not that kind of people. I think it's just they've got to a stage in their lives that they can't even think about drinking bad beers. So they're just kind of very opinionated on that, and maybe they just can't hold it in. I don't know. It's not ill intent. It just irks me, you know. Just keep that opinion to yourself, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
my choice at the end of the day, and I'm not gonna do. And then maybe that's just my personality.
You're picking the beer because you want it. You're not picking it. You're not picking it to punish yourself. You wanted it, so why can't you have it? I get that.
Yeah, but and there's a time and a place, as you know as well. What we were just discussing for a beer. So, like when I'm working with my father-in-law out on the grounds, we just drink Rolling Rock all day. It's as cheap as shit. It's probably worse than Carlin. It's just like drinking water, but it's good working beer.
Yeah,
you know?
I get that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Can
So,
we pause anyway?
What?
Can you pause the stream a minute?
I've no idea. Yeah, so that was pretty much my drag of the week. But, you know, that's done and dusted with me now. So, hey, Ref, what's yours? You got something to say or what?
Well, I've got something. I'm not sure I'll let it go, to be honest. I'll let it go afterwards. But
Yeah.
I think it always annoyed me as a big dreg, considering we're down to the last inch.
Yeah, I've finished mine. I'm on to another.
Is when people have an appointment for something like a birthday party or
Video chat.
Well, not video chat, but like if you're meeting them somewhere and they've suggested a time to you, or someone's birthday party starting at say 2:00 and then they roll up about 1:15, or you all arrange to go out, and there's always that one person or one couple that just stroll in whenever they want, and they always say, oh well, that's what they're like. People say, oh, that's them, isn't it? That's what they like. And they always come, and you say to them, like, fucking I've been waiting half an hour for you. Where have you been? Oh, I lost track of time. Oh, right. And my argument with that is that if they were going on holiday, they wouldn't be fucking late for a plane.
Or a job interview.
Yeah, they wouldn't be late for that. So that's how I'd run my life. Like if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'll be there unless something absolutely unusual has happened, and then I probably would have let the person know in the beginning. Even if I was going to be 5 minutes late, I'd be texting them on the way saying, I'm running 5 minutes late. I just don't get it. And okay, all right, people are late, but it's the people that, not the actual people themselves, but other people that defend them and say, that's what they're like. Well, that's not what I'm like.
It's like my father-in-law actually is very much like you, but he takes it to the next level. So if they are running 5 minutes, if they are running 10 minutes late, he's on the fucking phone calling them up, ranting and raving down. Don't come here. You're done. You're not coming here ever again. And he's the kind of guy that would cut them off for life. You get one chance. You cross that line.
I like that. I like that outlook a bit, but it's people are late. But don't get me wrong, people are late, and things happen, like a missed bus, or they couldn't get parked. But it's when people are consistently late, and then other people defend them.
I hear you.
Well, there's someone there's a few people. It's similar to the fact that we've been to lots of festivals and we've been on holiday and things like that. And we organise everything. We've even put up friends of ours' tents because they were coming later in the day and they've given us their tent. And we've fucking walked miles back and forth from a car, carrying untold amount of gear. And then people walk in with fuck all. And everything's done for them. Their tents, sleeping bags down. They walk in, don't bring nothing with them. And yet they get given everything first. Oh, would you like a plate of food? Oh, do you want a beer? Fuck that.
Oh, that's what he's like. We love him for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking sack. That's my dreg of the... I don't know if it's a dreg of the week or maybe the dreg of my life, but...
I think that's a dreg of the life.
Yeah, I think follow it for this week, but I'll remember it next week.
Yeah.
We are there.
Drag of the week is drag of the life again.
I just bring it up every week. I mean, this week I thought it's the first week. I couldn't pick on anything that's happened in the week.
No, I've had a lot this week.
Don't worry, I will.
But it's like, that's it, done and dusted on my one now. And, it does bother me, but I'm not one to just dwell on it and fester on it. And, it's not a bad opinion of anybody. It's just my opinion, as we said at the beginning, that's just my opinion. So...
you were just about to say sorry.
No, I'm not saying sorry for saying it. not with that.
Then we gotta get back to this.
Yeah.
We've got a criteria, haven't we, for
We
the
do.
beers we've enjoyed, today's only been one beer each, but the beers we've enjoyed or haven't enjoyed, which it would be, we're going to have a marking system out of 10, but we do allow a 0.5. So we could allow like a 3.5 out of 10 or a 7.5 out of 10 or just a straight number. 10 being the best, obviously 0 being the worst. And we're just going to mark it like that. It's our opinion. Other people may disagree with it, but it's just our opinion, how we've enjoyed it or how we haven't enjoyed it. So, Marco, do you want to give us a little sort of conclusion about the beer you've just drunk and what you'd like to score it out of 10?
Absolutely. Thank you, Ref. I was pretty impressed by this beer. I mean, the brewery itself I rate highly, and the beers are always good. That beer in particular was kind of lovely scent to it. IPAs, a lot of people know, IPAs are not my favorite style, but I did enjoy that. The alcohol content was high, but you couldn't really taste that in the beer itself. You know, this was a double IPA, 8.1%. So it was tasty. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I am going to rate this today at a 7. My score is a 7 for Boombox.
Boombox. Well, I appreciate the gift that you sent me, which was the butty. And, you know, I hadn't heard of it myself. I may have seen it, but I hadn't heard of it myself. I know you'd mentioned it before, and today was a surprise to receive it through the post. A lovely surprise, always welcome. I must admit, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. We've been chatting away, and some beers you can have and might not, you know, and you taste them, and then you can put you off the flow of what you're talking about because you're not enjoying it. Well, this one does exactly what it said on the back. It's smooth. 4.5%. It's nice. It was a lovely beer. So, and I'm thoroughly impressed with the brewery itself. You know, hopefully we will make a trip out there one day.
Definitely.
And definitely going to order the stout.
Oh, fantastic.
Stout week. Sorry, my cat in the background's decided to go after the fish. We're recording here.
It's real life, cat.
Absolutely. Anyway, so score out of 10. I'm going to go just a mark higher, or half a mark higher. I'm going to go for a 7.5 out of 10. I would definitely have it again. I would definitely have it again, and I'm looking forward to trying the stout, as I said, and hopefully the lager at some point. I think that's fair. If a brewery does an ale, a lager, and a stout, then maybe we should try one of each.
Definitely.
Obviously, an opinion of them might be different on the time of year.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, absolutely. Seasons change. You know, you may give a higher rating to a cider in the summer as opposed to drinking a cider in the winter. So it's all pertains to that.
I must admit, I'm not the biggest cider fan, but you never know. This little experience might change me. Probably won't.
I need to get you some sours. That'll be a subject for another vlog. We'll discuss.
See, I was brought up in the 80s where when men went to the pub, they had a beer and the woman had half a cider. So, and I remember when I was 14, or 13 or 14, my first taste of alcohol was a sweet cider, and it's all right. I do enjoy an odd one in the summer, but I couldn't drink it a night of it. You know, I could have one at the start and then go on to beer or Guinness or stout or whatever.
Yeah, you've always been that way, actually. Whereas I'm like, I could drink that Bulmers or Magners all night long, you know. But then again, I couldn't do the Guinness all night long, like I know you could when you're in the mood. Get a crate of that. I'd have to just space it.
I could as much anymore, but you know, the thought of 8 pints of Guinness, I don't know if I'd have the time, or B, I could actually drink that much anymore.
No,
Since we've had children, I certainly don't drink as much, but when I do drink, I do enjoy the beer I'm drinking, which is, like you said earlier, it's changed because of circumstance. So if
exactly.
I'm going to buy a beer, like if we're out and I have one beer because I'm driving, then I'll make sure it's either a real ale from the town or place I'm in, or something I haven't tried before.
Something a bit different, yeah.
Yeah. And
Definitely.
if none of that, then I'll just go with Guinness because that's good all year round.
Yeah, your beer of choice, yeah. Well, this has been wonderful. I think we should wrap it up.
A joy.
Yeah, it's been a joy.
The episodes might be funnier, might be more serious, might be more violent in the future. Who knows? But I look forward to the mystery of it for sure.
Definitely, definitely. I think it's been very rewarding for myself and Marty over there. And I'm hoping everyone at home watching it feels the same way. And that's all we can ask for, right? You know? And I'm always open to suggestions. I don't know if you are, but yeah, we'll see where this road takes us, as they say.
I'm open to trying beers if people send them to us. I'm not particularly bothered about anyone's comments. And if they enjoy it, they do, and if they don't, they don't. But
yeah, exactly.
we're not worthy. We're not worthy for any cause, and we're not out to impress anyone. It's just basically two mates that haven't seen each other for a while and can't physically see each other because of the distance and this COVID thing as well. But enjoying a pint and having a jaw together. That's all.
And being real, yeah, just real everyday folks. That's all we are. All right. Well, we shall say ta-ra and look out for our next review next week. And more banter and more beer. There you go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Ta-ra.
Goodbye, referee.
Goodbye. Goodbye.